Beatrice said she hasn't cited the petitions. And it's asking that the CJ should get better counsel. You have the Ghana Bar Association that has passed the resolution appealing to the president to revoke the suspension of the CJ. And Beatrice here, who hasn't cited the petition, says that the leader of the Bar Association doesn't like the CJ because if the recommendations they've made or the resolutions they passed at their mid-year conference, and one being, apart from revoking the suspension, which is mandated in the Constitution, I think Article 14611, Beatrice here says that the recommendation that the hearing should be public is not a good one because the CJ will be so battered. This is Beatrice who has cited the petition. She also said that, and this is someone who sits at the presidency, part of the presidency, says that the petitions were treated as top secret, and the petitions are online. So are we safe as a nation under this presidency?
Pardon? The petitions are online?
He said they were, it's online. Go on to Graphic Online. It was posted, Chief Justice Tokonu Chief Justice Tokonu, names of petitioners, full allegations, and official responses leak online. Graphic Online, it was published 5 days ago. And these are documents that Beatrice from the presidency says were treated.
But you didn't listen to her when she said that.
Secrets.
She said it was not public until the Chief Justice received copies of it. And then
but
people started discussing
excess of it. Her say that it was treated as top secret and it's leaked online. That is okay.
What is Lawuratu say?
She's talking about records. She's talking about past records. We are dealing with a president who has had his first term, who has a record of pardoning 3 men that threatened to rape.
Oh, don't
the
repeat.
first ever
Please.
Chief Justice.
With all due respect,
and kill judges.
Don't repeat.
I wasn't expecting Beatrice to say anything in favor of the Ghana Bar Association because on the set, she's used words that I quiver to repeat on the Ghana Bar Association. And she hasn't expressed anything different from that today. But in all this, the way the government is behaving, and I'm not going to make it about MPP NDC. It is not about MPP NDC. It's about the independence of the judiciary. It's about the independence of the judiciary. The point that we all go to when you have issues. We may have our own personal experiences with lawyers, with judges, with courts, with processes. But we haven't stopped taking our grievances to the courts. When the NDC had issues with elections when the New Patriotic Party had issues with the election in 2012, where did we go to? It was the courts. When the NDC had issues with the 2020 elections, where did we go to? It was the court. Any citizen, any institution that has any grievances that go beyond a certain level, that needs interpretations of the law or needs decisions to be taken, goes to the court. And that is what is worrying about what is being done. But the government is behaving as if it's the Chief Justice that is standing in between the promises they made to the people of Ghana and they're fulfilling them. With all the things that they said, with all the promises that they made, what they want to prioritize is destabilizing the judiciary. That we must all be worried.
You're alleging that the government
This
wants...
issue...
Hold on. You're alleging that the government wants to destabilize the judiciary?
Said, with all the promises they made...
They're prioritizing destabilizing the judiciary?
Is that what they are doing?
No, you meant the comment. So I want to be sure that's the comment you made.
So let me make my case.
No, I'm saying that is that the comment you made?
Let me finish. You understand the point I'm making. Please let me flow. Annie, prior to election 2024, we heard the things the NDC said about the judiciary. We heard the flag bearer then, now president, who used the term unanimous FC. It was the current president. On this set with Beatrice, she took the CJ on to an extent of even mimicking how she preaches in church. You were here. You were here. You laughed about it. She was sitting here. That is why I'm saying that this issue...
Mr.
Honey,
Sorry.
don't laugh.
Why is Parliament not sitting?
This, what is happening now, is not about MPP and NDC. It's a premeditated political vendetta against the CJ by the NDC government. Based on the things they said about the CJ and what they are doing now. What is there to hold in camera again when everything is out there? All the details are out there. All the details are out there.
Is the CJ a politician?
Is the CJ a politician? Is she a politician?
In you.
How am I supposed to know that?
Because she said it's a political vendetta.
Yes.
Is she an opponent to the NDC?
Well, that's how they are treating her. But what we know is the judiciary is not political. Oh. At least you know that the president of the republic comes on the ticket of a political party, and when they win, they become the leader of the executive. You know our legislature is made up of people that we elect at our constituency level. Tell me if there's been any judge that has been made, appointed a judge because they are from party A or party B or party C. To the extent that you have high-ranking officials in the NDC calling the whole CJ the women's organizer.
Yes, but there are judges who have history of holding political, attempting to run for political offices. Those ones are exposed.
Come again. Of course.
If there's a judge that has not held any political office or has not shown his face as a party person,
can you tell me for a fact that they being appointed to the bench or they being appointed as a judge was based on their membership of a political party?
No. But Lawuratu, I think that this debate, we need to be able to be fair and situate it in the context of political optics. Because if you hold an office that is supposedly supposed to be neutral, and then you are, prior to that office, you have been seen to be holding some very wild party offices, like maybe MP, like political communicator,
PC.
like a PC, whatever it is. However you run your office, it is easy to associate you with the party than just someone, we can only assume that you're MPP or you're NDC.
So you know that.
But if you've held office, your face has been on a flyer.
And that's the case of Justice Tokono?
No. You were talking about appointments to the Supreme Court, and I'm telling you that some of the Supreme Court appointments,
yes, they've been on flies. Some have been, some were.
Yes.
It came out that they were PCs.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is, has there ever been the case where the reference to their competence or whatever was by virtue of the political party they are associated with?
You cannot tell. You can
Exactly.
only. You cannot tell. You can
But
only.
when you go into parliament, you know NDC MPs, you know MPP MPs.
Yes.
You know independent MPs,
Yes.
even though they represent an entirety of a constituency. You can say the president came on the back of NDC. Can you say same for judges? No. So that is where we all go to when we have issues. But when you come to the issue of having people go into all these things, all the things that the NDC said about the Chief Justice and the Judiciary, that's what they are playing out. So I think, and I believe firmly, that what is being done to the CJ is a premeditated political vendetta. And there's background to that with the things they said, including my own sister here on the set. That's even extended to the Ghana Bar Association. So these things, what I will say is, yes, the president has constitutional powers, but there's also discretionary powers. Do you think these discretionary powers are stipulated in the Constitution? That has to be fair, devoid Article 296.
Oh, which one is?
That has to be fair, because obviously you call a whole group unanimous FC. You talk about parking courts. You talk about how the CJ is women organizer of the MPP, all those things. Then you come and set this in motion. It's premeditated. And I think that every well-meaning Ghanaian should be worried about what is happening. And I think in good conscience, if the president and the current government has this nation, the stability of this nation, the public image of this nation, international image of this nation, should heed to the wise counsel of the Ghana Bar Association.
Right.